Morning guys, Friday the 19th of June 2020. Hope everybody's staying safe, being practical and keeping themselves out of harm's way. As you can see, I'm up at the allotment. No surprise there then. Okay, so I don't know what I'm going to be doing today. I've just literally came up here. It's a little bit overcast, but it's still really warm. But whilst it's overcast, I thought I'd just see if I could get a couple more little jobs done. So yeah, go and have this cup of coffee and then we'll bring you along. Stay tuned guys. Okay guys, so in the garden, here's the first thing we've noticed, and as you can see, this definitely looks like more and more like a mole now. This just came from underneath and pushed the soil up through the bark chippings. I still think that's birds going along the edge of the fence, but of course we have no camera in this area. And it's all the way down here, and likewise another hole near the tin here, so it looks like we've got a mole guys, and more diggings here. Now these ones around the edge of the bed could be the mole digging to get back under. The camera didn't catch anything down here, probably because of the tin sheet there blocking the view to the camera, but yet I'm seeing another hole here, so it's identifying itself now. It's definitely a mole and possibly other stuff as well, but yeah, so it's looking like a mole guys. As long as it stays out of the beds and doesn't come up through the beds, that won't be too bad. So it looks like we got a little bit of rain last night as well, and the plants are definitely benefited from that. Just taking a look at them now, the turnips and the peas and the spicy leaves. They haven't half come on in leaps and bounds, them spicy leaves guys, since I planted them. It's only been 2 weeks, yeah, something like 2 weeks. And there is a bit of flower coming on some of these runner beans now, but they are looking really sorry for themselves. I think the frost got at these when I first put them out. The broccoli, still looking good. And the cauliflowers, still looking good. Now on that particular one there, you'll see a big chunk out of the leaf. I actually tore that bit off from where it was eaten, just so I could identify if we got any further insect damage, and so far so good. I'm going to pull these other early potatoes. You can see the differences in foliage. The lighter green are the earlies, so I put 4 Sarpo mirrors in that end, and then there's still 1, 2, 3, 4, so there's still 6 plants of the earlies to pull guys. Again, you can see over there here, look at the size of these spicy leaves and whatever, you know, and the cabbages are really thriving now guys. There is a little bit of damage on one of those cabbages I'm seeing. Not sure if it's that one there. Not sure if that was like that when I planted it, or whether we need to maybe give them a bit of a spray down one time round just to see. However, the lettuces and everything else appear to be okay. Likewise, the carrots and everything seem to be working fine, coming along fine rather. Now, this bed, we've got it protected, and I can see the carrots are definitely making more of an appearance now with the bit of rain we've had, and there's actually a few more in there than I first thought. However, the onions have been stripped back. There isn't a great amount of onions guys, and still 2.5 rows of radish. Cauliflowers, that I got from my father-in-law. Really going for it, with the exception of that one down there, rather stunted and being under attack. I might pull that one out. Not sure if you can see the radish in the beetroot in here, but that's getting established now. But what I have noticed as well, I don't know if this camera can pick it up, you'll notice birds have been sitting on the top of here and obviously trying to peck their way through the enviromesh. But yeah, so they are trying to get in there, guys. Look, all over. So the birds are trying to get through the enviromesh. These potatoes are humongous now, but these are the main crops. We'll be leaving those till the foliage starts today, back on those guys. High expectations on those now that I've seen what the earlies turned out like. And that's a much deeper bed, this one here. It's quite a deep bed. So hopefully, fingers crossed. So yeah, rhubarb's starting to pick up a little bit now. And again, as I say, there's 4 in there, in this, just in this end bed, which are the main crop. And I'll have to make sure I don't go pulling those out when I take out the last of the earlies next weekend. So I'm just going to go and check the little wildlife cam now, see if we picked anything up last night on that. I'll catch you later, guys. Bye. Okay guys, so just another little couple of jobs. I've been at the hardware store today and I purchased this. Basically it's an outdoor clock, because you can lose so much time over here, it's unbelievable. It's nearly 25 past 11 as you can see, and this is actually double-sided. It's an outdoor clock, and I think it was 10 quid or something crazy like that. But yeah, so I just thought it'd be a nice little feature on the garage. And I've also had some visitors, quite a number of them. You might want to take a look at this. So while I was in there getting the clock, I've seen these little mini scarecrows. £1.50 each, guys. You couldn't make them for £1.50. So just for a little bit of decoration for when the grandkids come up, and who knows, they may even work, we thought we'd get 6. I think it was 6, yeah. There's one there, one down there, one over there, one in this corner here, one over there by the peas, and one on the end of here near the rhubarb. So trying to spread them out around the allotment. So as I said, they were £1.50 each, guys. So for another tenner or something, maybe, yeah, another 9 quid or something crazy like that. It's just a potential another detriment to the birds and a little bit of decoration in the garden. Now the video camera up here is working exceptionally well, guys, and the quality of the video is absolutely superb. It really is. And it has motion detect, and it already sent me some alerts saying Kenny, my mate, coming up here to feed the birds earlier this morning, seen him going back down there again with some water. But through night, it actually sent me some clips through night as well, and it actually picked up a moth flying in front of the camera, and it just does little 10-second recordings. But I've also subscribed to the cloud storage now, so anything at all that's on that's being detected motion wise, including me walking around here now, will be actually getting and planting these little scarecrows, etc., will actually be getting picked up on the video. And if I want to play that video back or incorporate it into these videos, I might do that, a little clip of that, just to show you the quality of the camera. It's really, really good, guys, and so far so good. Okay, catch you later. Okay guys, so I've just had a phone call off my son, and he's going to bring me about 4 ton of cow manure from the farm that he works on tomorrow. So I need somewhere to put that, obviously, because it's going to come in handy in winter when I come to dress these beds down. So I've had to move these dumpy bags that's got scraps of wood in that needs burned out, and the bags are still useful, but I haven't decided what for yet. I will eventually fold them up and put them in the garage, but for now they're full of rubbish that needs burning, and I just haven't had time to do that yet. So they were over here by the barrels, so what I'm going to have to do, because I still haven't got round to breaking down this frame in here yet, that's where I want the manure, in this area here, in a big pile, and then we'll cover it over with some plastic. So I'm going to need to move this lot here and make space in there ready for when it comes with the manure tomorrow. So I better get cracking. Catch you later, guys. Okay guys, so as you can see, it's now 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I basically just got cracking and got a few jobs done that I wanted doing. So just to give you a quick look around. It doesn't look much, but it's took quite some time to do. So we cleared all that wood that was lying up here and the few laths that I got given. And the laths have came down here because they just want the nails grounded off, and I can reuse those laths. But that's it, ready to take the horse manure, the cow manure, when it does arrive tomorrow. So that's that sorted. Got those moved. So I thought I'd utilise some of this fencing that I was moving anyways, and although it's not a pretty thing, it puts them up there out of the way. They're fastened up now, they're screwed up, and it just sort of heightens this fence a little bit for me. And it's quite rugged. It's relatively strong. Could do with a couple of posts, but I'm not going to do that until I decide to do this properly. And likewise on this side, we also we put a couple up on there as well. And again, it just brings it up a little bit higher, and again, it's quite strong. And then the rest that we had left, we just put down there, guys. And then I decided we would do some weeding. Now, bear in mind, since winter, I've only weeded once, and that's today. And everything that I pulled out came out so easily, it's unbelievable. Because of the cardboard killing back a lot of the weed, and then the compost on top, and it's finally taken this long to get through and see daylight. The minute you pull it, the roots just give way, and it came out nice and easy. So we've weeded all this bed, guys. We've weeded in around the black currants. You can see the primroses again now, and the gooseberries, which, as you can see, have now got some gooseberries on, starting to ripen. And the primroses. There isn't any gooseberries, there isn't any black currants on this one at all, on this bush. But there is a few on that one down there. Not many. It's not really worth even protecting them this year for what the little bit that it was going to, what little bit of a harvest there would be. And as you can see, this got completely flattened out. It has got 2 or 3 little gooseberries on, but nothing to write home about, guys. But basically we've got all this weeded as well. Not only that, we weeded this bed as well. And believe it or not, that's an asparagus plant that I planted quite some time ago, a couple of years ago actually, in this bed. And I completely forgot about it until I started to do the weeding. And then I realised that is actually an asparagus. So yeah, we've got this weeded back, and some of the primroses are still alive, just about. And then we got this bed weeded back. These didn't flower, although they may flower later. I'm not sure when they. Oh, actually, they look like they are starting to put flowers on now, just in the centre. So it maybe still flower, this, guys. Rhubarb coming on leaps and bounds. Got all that corner weeded down there now as well. All these weeds out of here, nettles. Round the pear tree where we had brambles coming back. We had a load of brambles coming in here, if you remember. We got those back. That was pretty tough, getting the brambles out, but we got them out. Likewise round here. the brambles were starting to grow up and go through here, so we've got those out now, guys. And then there was a little bit in this corner, we got rid of that as well. So considering that's only one weeding this year, that wasn't bad at all, guys. The weeding, the actual weeding, took about an hour, but it wasn't difficult. It was more time consuming than anything, just getting every little weed out. But they all came out so easily, it's unbelievable. So whilst we were doing the weeding, we decided that the rhubarb was coming along in leaps and bounds, so we decided we would have another little pick of rhubarb as well, guys. So yet another little harvest, some nice rhubarb. We'll have a crumble with that, and we'll take that down, and Louise can make use of that, I'm sure. Right, guys, I'm going for a cup of coffee because I'm absolutely gagging. I'll catch you later. Bye. Alright, guys, so back in the shed again now, having a cup of coffee. Absolutely parched. I haven't had a cuppa since I went over there earlier. And it was about 25 past 11 or something, so yeah, really parched for a drink now, so I'm having a cup of coffee. So I'm not sure whether or not I'm going to do anything else today, guys. I'm just sitting having this cup of coffee, and then I'll make a decision on whether I'm going to do something. I'm actually toying with the idea of finishing off the irrigation system that never got finished. It's just a case of connecting the tubes up and the actual sprinklers and one thing or another, and then setting a water bottle in there and letting it do its job as and when. You know what, I think I'll have this cup and we'll go out and make a start on it. It won't take too long, and that'll be another job. Okay, guys, stay tuned and we'll catch you later. Bye. Right, guys, starting to fill a 25 litre drum up here, guys, and that's hopefully going to be used for watering the plants, which are probably dual watering, to be honest with you. And what I've done is I've set up the irrigation now. Whether this is going to work or not, I really don't know, but we've got the tubing in place and we've got the little sprinklers dotted here and there, sort of around the main plants, just to soak the bed. They will just soak more than the area, but I've tried to get them in between the plants that need the water the most, as you can see, and likewise on the other side. So we've got one on the ends, and then we've got them dotted around the peppers, in between tomato plants. We might have to put another one there actually, but yeah. Now I really don't know whether this is going to work at all or not, guys, purely and simply because I don't know how powerful this pump is and the amount of connectors I've got to it, so let's just wait and see. Okay, guys, you win some, you lose some. Right, so the news is it does work. Not very well, but as you can see, I've pressed the pump on, pressed the timer on the pump, and it's pumping away. Once you set it off, you can just leave it and it'll pump away until I stop it. But because of the amount of tubing I'm feeding, I'm not sure if you can hear the little pump, but it's only a very tiny pump in there, guys. But on a positive note, it is putting a trickle into the beds. So you can see it is putting a tiny trickle in. Now I've adjusted the connectors as well. It hasn't made it all the way to the end here yet, guys, or the end on this one, but it is starting to make its way through. Now it's not brilliant, but it's doing something. So again, it's very slow, but it is going to put a tiny bit in. I can just leave the pump running, so it is actually putting water in. Some of the jets are actually better than the others. I might have to tighten the ones that's closer to let it get the water up there in the first instance. I'll try that now, guys, and see if it makes any difference. Okay, guys, so I've changed some of these drippers out and the system is now working a little bit better. So as you can see, we put some of this type of dripper on instead of those. It seemed as though those were holding back for some reason, and you can see now it is working better. It's still not perfect, but at least it's putting a drip into the beds. And it saves running back and forward with the watering can, I suppose, guys. So yeah, for such a small pump, to be quite honest, I'm amazed it's getting to both ends with so many connectors. This system would obviously work better with just one side, and the pressure would be a lot better. However, it's watering nonetheless, and if it's wet in the bed, the plants will find, the roots that's down there will find the water. As I say, some jets are working better than others. Obviously the closer to the pipe we get at the pump, the better it works. So there we have it, guys, the irrigation system set up, and as you can see, we've already put in, although there doesn't look a lot on the beds, we've already gone through about, I would say, 6 to 8 litres. Yeah, maybe a bit more, maybe 10 litres already. We'll leave it run a little bit longer, guys, and then we'll turn it off. See you later. Bye. Okay, guys, so just a bit of a final roundup now. As you've seen, the system does work. It's another job. The thing is, it doesn't look as though it's pumping a lot of water out, but it's just knocked about 20 litres into those two beds. So it says 10 litres if it's equally distributed. Roughly 10 litres of water into each side of those beds. Now that will soak the beds, obviously, and the roots that are already down there and established now, they will go and find that water. So in essence, it should save me running around with watering cans. I'll keep an eye on the plants, obviously, and if we don't see any signs of them deteriorating, then great stuff. It means the system's working. I'm not quite sure about, I'm toying with the idea of buying another one of those pumps. However, the fact that it is actually pumping the water down both beds and it's getting right to the end on both beds now, I'm thinking it's probably going to be sufficient. So what we'll do is we'll monitor it, we'll see how it goes, and then make a decision at that point whether we need another pump or not. But I don't want to buy one if I don't need to. So we'll just wait and see how it goes, guys. Right, so I've had another productive day, guys, up here. Hope you've enjoyed today's little video. Please let me know if these videos are too long and too frequent. And then what we'll do is we'll back off a bit and we'll keep them a bit shorter. But you guys be the judge of that. Just let me know in the comment section below whether you want them to be a bit shorter and less frequent. You're probably fed up getting up every morning and seeing your email that Alan's Allotment has uploaded another video. Anyways, guys, stay safe, take care, and be practical. If you aren't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, and then hit the little bell icon on the right, and that will alert you to every time I put up a new video, whether you want it or not. Okay, guys, take care, and until the next video, stay safe.